Hello and welcome back to our channel. My name is Marie and I'm so happy to share a beautiful mobility flow with you guys today. So as you might know, our mission as parents of two beautiful children is to provide you with as many tools as possible to help you create a relationship to your own nervous system and to help you calm it down and just creating an awareness of your own state in order to change it, adapt to the situation or whatever you need in a specific moment. So Vinyasa yoga or these mobility flows are one of my favorite tools to come back into my own body. So I'm, as I said, a mother of two. I nurse full-time. This is the second time I'm nursing full-time. And whether you're nursing or not, you're just 24/7 with your children. And that takes a lot from you. For me, for example, I carry my babies a lot, my 3-year-old and my 9-month-old. I nurse a lot, so I move a lot like this. I have a lot of tension in the front of my body, and having children just puts you in a state of constant higher alertness. So you're kind of in a sympathetic state most of the time, and that creates tension in your body. So for me, and in general, doing these mobility flows, these movements where you move a lot and you do these bigger motions, that creates space in your body. And it creates an awareness of your own body because you feel your body again. And creating space in your body creates space for deeper breath. Becoming aware of your own body because you feel your body in these bigger motions creates an awareness of your state. So for example, while you're doing these big moments, you feel that you have a lot of tension. So that's why I love these strong mobility flows, to feel my body again, to create space for deeper breath, and just also to create moments to myself again, like to feel like I have my own body, I am my own person, just for a moment, and then go back to being a mom of two. And I hope you love this. This is a beginner-friendly flow, so you can do this wherever you are. I will provide you also with alternatives if you need that. It would be amazing if you have a block. If you don't have a block like these, you can use a book, a big book. A blanket would be amazing. Maybe also a bolster. If you don't have a bolster like this, a normal pillow would do also. And yeah, I hope you love this. And if you do this in calm, feel free to do this in calm. If you like to have a little bit of music besides, then you can just put on any music you love and flow to that. So yeah. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy this mobility flow. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to start sitting down in a cross-legged position. If this is not optional for you, you can also come into this position, onto your heels, where whatever feels comfortable for you. The only important thing would be that your spine can be straight and you can sit straight and in a comfortable position. So bring your hands onto your knees, close your eyes, and just take a moment to arrive. Deepen your breath. And as I said in the beginning, the most important tool to create a relationship to your own inner wiring, your inner state, is your own awareness and your own will to create space in time to become aware of how you're feeling, where you're at, how your body is feeling, what kind of thoughts are running through your mind. And all of that is okay. At this moment, you don't need to change anything about that. Just take a moment to become aware. And let the breath flow deeper into your body. Maybe you can notice how your belly is moving with the breath. And as the breath is calming down, maybe you can allow the shoulders to drop down a little bit. And if that feels hard, maybe just roll the shoulders a few times. And then allow them to drop down again, noticing the space between the ears and the shoulders. Allow your forehead to become soft, especially the point between your eyebrows. And then very gently, if you want, you can keep your eyes closed. You can also open them. And just start to roll your head from one shoulder to the other shoulder. And feel into both of these sides of your neck area. Maybe there's a difference. Maybe one side feels a little bit more tense than the other one. If so, that's also totally fine. Again, you just want to create as much awareness as possible. And then very gently bring your head back into the middle and then open your eyes. From here, we're gonna come onto our hands and knees. So if you have something on your mat, put that to the side and move onto your hands and knees. We're coming into tabletop. Spread your fingers wide. Your knees are under your hip. And then very gently, we're moving into cat-cow. And you want to synchronize this movement with your breath. So exhaling, push your hands down. And inhaling, move your chest towards the front, coming into cat. And exhaling back into cow, rounding your back as much as possible. Inhale towards the front and exhale, rounding the back. So also here you want to create as much space as possible in front and in the back of your upper body. You want to move your spine. Maybe you want to close your eyes. We're going to do this 3 more times. Inhale to the front. Exhale, round in the back, pushing the hands down. 2 more times. And one last time here. And then come back into your neutral tabletop. Open the knees just a little bit. So the knees are going to stay where they are and the hip also. And then move your hands towards the top of your mat. And from here, allow your chest to drop down. Good. Allow the chest to drop down as much as possible. And you don't want to bring your hip back, okay? You want to keep your hip above the knees and drop the chest all the way down towards the floor. If it's okay, you can try to bring your chin towards the mat. If that creates tension or it hurts, just bring your forehead onto the mat. And wherever you are, start to breathe. You always want to allow the breath to flow. Never stop breathing unless I say that you hold the breath for a moment. If I don't say that, you just keep breathing. Deep breath. And fully exhale, and with the exhalation, allow the chest to drop down even more, creating space in the chest, in the sides of our upper bodies, in the shoulders, all of these areas where we tend to hold a lot, not only physically but also emotionally. One last deep inhale. And fully exhale here. Beautiful. From here, bring your weight onto your elbows and shift forward all the way until you're on your mat. You might want to move a little bit towards the back. And now we want to come onto our elbows. So the elbows are under the shoulder. And then push the hands down. Push the chest forward and then pull a little bit the hands towards you. So you're going to feel even more space specifically in our stomach area. Deep breaths. Push the feet down a little bit, the hip if it feels okay, creating even more space. And then with the next inhale, push down the hands, bring the elbows a little bit up, and then turn the elbows to the sides and very gently bring your forehead onto your mat. Beautiful. From here, place your fingers next to the mat. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, come all the way up. And exhale, roll the right shoulder down, turn your head to the left, look up towards your left shoulder. Inhale up. And exhale, turn your left shoulder down, look towards the right. Inhale up. And exhale towards the left again. Inhale up. And exhale towards the right. Beautiful. Inhale up. And then back into center, bring your forehead down, place your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, come all the way back onto your heels. And then exhale, we're gonna come into our first downward facing dog. So this first downward facing dog always feels a little bit tense. I know this very well, so please be soft with yourself. Connect yourself to your body and feel what kind of movements you need here. So maybe you want to bend your knees to allow your back to become a little bit straighter. Maybe you want to bend the right and the left, moving your hip very gently. Turn your head to the left and the right side. Relax your jaw. Just a few moments here in your first downward facing dog. This is a beautiful place to be, to create space in your body. Sometimes it doesn't have to be fancy at all. This is a beautiful place to be. Maybe you want to sigh. Sighing releases a lot of tension in the body. Feel free to try it out. Okay, and then very gently become still for a moment. Look towards the hands, bend your knees a little bit more, and then very slowly walk towards your hands. Open the feet hip width, and then hip wide, and then allow your body to drop down. Bring your hands onto your elbows so your shoulders can drop down. Allow your head to drop down. Sometimes we don't realize that we hold the head a little bit. Really drop down and creating space in the spine between each and every vertebrae here. Maybe you want to swing a little bit from right to left. And then release here, release your hands down, bend the knees a little bit more, and then very slowly, very gently roll all the way up. So you want to really take your time
to stand up. Take your time and feel as every vertebrae stacks on top of the other until you're all the way up. Keep your eyes closed. Inhale, roll up your shoulders, and exhale, bring them all the way back and down. One more time. Inhale up and exhale down. Beautiful. Okay. Welcome to standing here. Take a moment to feel into your body. A lot of these times, doing these few movements do a lot. Like after this, my body feels completely different. I hope yours does too. Okay, we're coming into standing. Inhaling, bring your arms all the way up, stretch, and exhale all the way down. Maybe bend your knees. Inhale halfway up, bring your hands onto your shins, long back. Exhale all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale all the way up. Bring your arms up, hands together, and exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. One more time like this. Inhale up, and exhale all the way down. Inhale halfway up, and exhale down. Inhale, come back up, and exhale down. Bring your hands in front of your chest. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down, maybe bending your knees. Inhale, halfway up, hands to shins. Exhale, place your hands onto your mat. 2 big steps back, come into your plank position. Push your hands down. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your knees down and very slowly place your whole body onto your mat. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, come a little bit up with your upper body, and exhale back down. Inhale, come back onto your heels, and exhale back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, into your downward dog. Beautiful. Look forward, bend your knees. A few or 2 big steps to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway up, and exhale down. Inhale, come all the way up, and exhale all the way down again. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, place your hands down, 2 big steps back into plank position. Push your hands down. Inhale here. Exhale, with or without knees, come all the way down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. So you can do this whole a little bit more advanced variation, or do the same as we did before with the knees down. Take a moment to bend both of your knees. And then from here, bring the right leg up. Exhale, bring the knee towards the nose. And then very gently place your right foot in between your hands. Bring your left knee down. So if this hurts your knee, maybe you want to place a blanket under your knee, or what I like to do is folding the mat and then just placing the knee on this folded mat. From here, come all the way up and exhale. Drop the hip a little bit down. Stay a moment, allow your shoulders to relax, and with every exhale, allow the hip to drop down even more, and maybe opening the chest even more. Beautiful. Inhaling here, move a little bit towards the back. Exhaling, placing your hands next to the right foot, and then try to push back your hip. So if you can't stretch your right leg all the way, it doesn't matter, okay? Try to do this as much as possible, and we're gonna stay dynamic here. So inhaling, bending the right knee, look towards the front, and exhaling, stretching the right leg as much as possible. Inhaling, bending, and exhaling back. One more time. Inhaling, bending, and then exhale, stretch. Beautiful. Inhaling, come all the way up. And exhale, place your hands next to the right leg. Bring the left knee up and bring the right leg all the way up. Open up the hip and drop the right heel towards the hip, opening the right side of your hip area. Stay here for a moment, maybe rotating your right knee. Beautiful. And then from here, lengthening the right leg all the way towards the top. And then exhale, bring again the right knee towards your nose, placing your foot in between your hands. From here, we're gonna leave the left knee up and coming all the way up here. Inhale and exhaling, come a little bit down. If it feels better, you can keep your left knee a little bit bent. So this gives you the opportunity to pull your hip a little bit towards the front. Okay, so you don't want to do this, but rather engaging the pelvic floor and your abdominal muscles to create strength and stability here. So if you feel like here is too much tension, just bend the left knee and engage your muscles to create a little bit more stability here. Okay. From here, we're going to turn the left foot all the way towards the left and coming into warrior two, bring the arms to the sides. Inhale, open the right hand and exhale, move into reverse warrior, drop the right shoulder. Inhale and full exhale. Good. Inhale, come back into warrior two. Exhale, place your right elbow onto the right knee and bring the left arm towards the top. Stay here. And try to not bring as much weight as possible here onto the right knee, but rather hold it again out of your own core. Try to hold it here. Just a little bit of weight is here on your right knee. Inhale all the way up again. Keep your right knee bent. Exhale, back into reverse. Inhale, come back into center, lengthening the right knee, and then turn your left heel a little bit towards the top. Bend your left knee, and then come all the way down. So you want to come towards the back of your mat. So if this is too much, just place your hands on your mat, okay? If you can bring your hands in front of your heart and stay here for a moment. This is a beautiful exercise to create space in the insides of our legs and in your hip area. So start to keep breathing or continue to breathe here. So this is one of those exercises where we tend to hold the breath. So please try to keep breathing here. And then from here, we are going to turn all the way towards the back of our mat and coming into this full lunge. We are going to keep the right hand down. If you want, you can place your book or your block onto the right hand and then turn your left arm all the way up. So we're coming into this beautiful twist. Keep breathing. With every exhale, drop your hip down. With every inhale, we're gonna open the chest even more. Beautiful. Inhale here, last one. And exhale all the way down. Open up the right knee, the right foot again. Turn your left foot a little bit and come back into this beautiful big step. From here, with, or maybe you wanna try to do this without your hands. Come all the way up and towards the front. Turn. Place both of your hands here next to the right foot and then come back into this beautiful one-legged dog variation. Opening up the hip area. Allow the heel to drop down. And then from here, we are going to turn to maybe, if this feels aligned for you, coming into wild child. Opening up the whole front of our bodies. Inhaling here. And exhale, come back, place the right hand onto the mat, open up the leg one more time, and exhale, bring your knee, your right knee again towards the nose, and then bring it down for pigeon pose. Bring your left knee all the way down. And here, you can use your blanket. If this feels very hard, a blanket can help wonders. So you want to place your blanket under the right hip and then allow the hip as much as possible to drop down onto the blanket or onto the mat. Inhaling, come all the way up, lengthening the spine, and exhale, come all the way down as much as possible again. This does not want to hurt you, okay? So if you feel that this hurts in your knee or anywhere, come a little bit out of it again, okay? Be very connected to your body and feel what feels comfortable for you. If you can, maybe bring your forehead onto the mat or onto a pillow. Maybe you can stretch the arms towards the front. A few deep breaths here. And then we're going to do this whole flow on the other side again to create a balance. Yoga means unity, so this is why it's so important also on the physical realm in the asana practice, what we're doing here, to create balance between right and left. So we feel whole again. We feel this sense of unity within ourselves. Come all the way up. If you used props like the blanket or the block, put them to the sides, and then in your own tempo, in your own rhythm, come back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. From here, inhale, bring the left leg all the way up. Exhale, bring the left knee towards the nose, and then place your foot in between your hands. Bring your right knee down. Maybe you want to put a blanket or fold the mat to not feel the knee as much. And then inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, allow the hip to drop down. Keep breathing. Breathing helps so much to create space, not only when we're doing yoga, but in general in life. Also, when you're triggered or when you're very stressed, a few deep breaths really create space to become more conscious and then consciously respond to a situation. Inhaling, move back a little bit. Exhaling, bring your hands down and then push your hip all the way towards the heel. If it feels right, allow your knee to be a little bit more bent or stretch it, whatever feels good. We stay dynamic. Inhale, bend, and exhaling, stretch, lengthen the left leg. Inhale, bend, and exhale, lengthen. One more time, inhale, and exhale, lengthen the left leg. Beautiful. Inhale, bend, come all the way up, and exhale, place your hands back onto the mat. Remove your knee off of the mat and come all the way into three-legged dog, opening up the hip, allow the left heel to drop down, and then rotate the left knee just a few times. Keep breathing. I'm going to keep reminding you because I know how it is when you hold the breath a lot. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee towards nose, and then place your foot in between your hands. We're going to come all the way up. And exhale, move a little bit down again. If it feels better, Allow your right knee to be bent. Engage your pelvic floor and your abdominal muscles. Also, if you gave birth, like creating this relationship to your pelvic floor is so important, especially after giving birth. Also, if you had a C-section, it doesn't matter. Your pelvic floor held that weight. So please engage your pelvic floor. Okay. From here, we're going to turn the right leg towards the right. Keep your left knee bent, and we're going to bring the arms to the sides. Warrior 2. Inhale, open the arm towards the top, and exhale, move back. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Relax the left shoulder. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, left elbow towards the left knee or upper thigh. The right arm moves towards the top, and keep the space between the ears and the shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale, reverse. Beautiful. From here, come all the way up. Lengthen the left leg. Open up the right foot. So you're going to turn the right heel towards the top and then drop down all the way towards the back of your mat. If you can, place your hands onto the mat or leave them in front of your chest. And if you feel that there's a difference between the sides, it's totally normal most of the times, okay? I feel it too. It's just important to become aware of these disbalances to then create balance again. Keep breathing. With every exhale, allow more space to unfold. And then turn all the way towards the back of your mat. Full lunge here. Left hand stays next to the right foot, maybe on your block. And then we're going to turn towards the right side, opening up, creating space. The hip stays down. We keep breathing. Inhale, opening up. Exhaling, drop the hip. One last deep inhale. And exhale, come all the way down. Very good. Open up the hip. We're going to move towards the top again. Drop your hips. Sorry, I missed a very important step here. We're going to stay here. If you can, try to do this without your hands. I know it's hard. If it's not possible, use your hands. But if you can, try to do this without your hands. Move towards the top. Turn. And then from here, place your hands. Come back into the three-legged dog variation, opening up here again, and then drop your heel down, and then bring your knee towards the top. We're coming into full pigeon, placing your whole right leg. If you need, place this blanket back under your left hip. Inhale, open up your chest, and exhale, come down as much as possible. I love this practice so much. And every time we're creating space in our hips, we tend to also tense up in our jaw. So if you feel that happening, also create awareness about that and then try to change it. See, that's the beauty of awareness. Once we cultivate awareness, we can then change things. We can change things we do out of autopilot and feel more empowered, more self-sovereign. And I think that's the beauty of becoming aware, more aware in day-to-day moments. Come all the way up again. Place your hands under your shoulders. Come back into the three-legged dog. We're moving into wild child. Open up the chest. And then placing your left foot behind the right leg. Opening up. And then exhale, bring your hand down. and come back into downward dog. I think we did that in a little bit different order, but that's no problem. At least we do it both. We're gonna do one last vinyasa here. Look towards your hands. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, with or without the knees. Come down. Inhale, up, opening up the chest. And exhale, come back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Then again, look towards your hands, bending the knees. Walk a little bit towards your hands and then drop your belly, your hip down and come into a seated position. And for this beautiful practice, I'm going to turn back towards the front of my mat. So for this practice, this is a full body stretch. So we're going to stretch the whole back side of our body. And if you want, if you are very tense, especially on the back sides of our legs, bring your pillow under the knees. It's beautiful. If you don't need it, of course, you can do this without, whatever feels good. Push back your muscles, your gluteus maximus muscles, and then opening up the chest here, bring your arms up, and then exhale, come all the way down towards your legs. And this is a place where you can totally allow your back to become round. As long as you're not actively pulling yourself down, but rather allowing gravitation to gently hug you down, you can totally keep your back round. This is a beautiful aspect from Yin Yoga, where we create space by staying in a position for a little bit longer than usual and allowing the tension of our muscles to gently become a little bit less, to relax. Can you maybe drop your head down a little bit more? Relax your jaw. And then very gently come all the way up again. Take your time. And then when you're here, move your hip a little bit into the middle of your mat, placing your hands under your knees, and then very gently come all the way down. Lie down. When you're all the way down, bring your knees towards your chest. Hug your knees. Rotate your knees a little bit. Give your lower back a little massage. Both directions. And then place your feet all the way down. Open up your arms, the palms facing up. Move your hip a little bit towards the right and then allow your knees to drop down to the left. If you need, place a pillow or your block between the knees if that creates too much tension in your lower back. Move your head towards the right side. 2 to 3 breaths here. Change sides, bring your knees up. Placing your feet down, move your hip towards the left, drop the knees towards the right, and then look towards the left. Allow your eyes to be closed, maybe if that feels good to you. Deep breaths. into center, bring your hip into center. If there is any position that you want to move in, please feel free to do so. And then come into Shavasana, your final position here on your back. You can put a blanket on top of you. You can also put your bolster on under your knees. If you don't want to fully cover your body, maybe consider to just cover your hip. That creates this soft weight on your body that gives your nervous system this feeling of being held, of being pulled down. The arms are on the sides of your body, palms facing up, or if you want, bring your hands onto your hips, maybe one on your heart. And then allow the movements and the space that you created through moving to be integrated. And just breathe and be. Very softly deepen your breath. If you want, you can just stay longer in your Shavasana and turn this video off. Or you can start to roll your hands, roll your feet. Stretch out the whole body. And then in your own pace, come all the way up. Maybe you want to roll up. I love this because when you're hugging your knees, and bring your forehead towards your knees and then just rolling. This is a beautiful little massage for your whole spine. If that's not possible for you, you can just come to one side like this and come all the way up. Otherwise, you're going to roll up. And then come into your seated position, maybe cross-legged or on your heels, placing your hands onto your knees again, and just taking a moment to give yourself thanks. Be grateful for the time and space that you created to connect to yourself, to give yourself space wherever you're at in your life. You deserve these moments. And then bring your hands together, rub the hands until they're warm, and then place your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your stomach. Feel the warmth of your own hands. Feel your own love, your own appreciation. And then open your eyes.
Thank you so, so much for being here, for practicing with me. I hope you loved this mobility flow. I hope it created space in your body and your mind. And if you want to know more about the nervous system, about creating a relationship to your own nervous system as a parent, or as anyone who has a lot on their plates, feel free to follow us on Instagram, here on YouTube, where we have a new video every single week. And connect to us. We love to hear your experiences, and I hope you have a beautiful day or evening whenever you're doing this flow. And I would love to see you again. Thank you so much.